and welcome to What's New. Tonight we have two lovely young ladies from town, Miss Tish Johnson from down at the Extension office, and Lorraine Stang from every club in town. So they didn't know which one wanted to be first tonight, so they said toss it up. So I'm going to toss it up, and Tish is first.
Okay, well, what are we doing?
Well, ours, tell Tish what she has to do.
Okay, Tish, we want you to tell us what the Extension offers to our St. Genevieve County residents, like the programs and the benefits and all that stuff.
We've been in St. Genevieve County since about 1933. And Extension goes back a little bit older than that.
That's older than me.
That's older
than me, too.
Oh!
You won't remember that back in the old Joe Patke days. Did you ever know Joe Patke?
Yes, I knew Joe Patke.
Well, I would love, I had the pleasure of talking to his wife on the phone a couple times before she passed away, but I never had the pleasure of meeting him. But our job is to extend the resources of the entire University of Missouri system to the local community. So we do a lot of stuff. Our job is really to be a resource in a lot of different areas. And we work on a regional basis, so you have local people, but we have other people that we bring in. You know, like Ben Davis is our livestock specialist. His office is in St. Francis County, but he covers St. Gen County, and all our local livestock producers know who he is. We have Mary Schroepfer. She does our nutrition programming. She did some food preservation programs last year. She's going to be doing those again this year. And Judy Colligan is our nutrition education person. She works in the schools in Bloomsdale and St. Genevieve Elementaries. I guess I need to go back to school.
That's all right.
That's all right. We all do that.
The sad part of it is we knew what she meant.
Y'all knew what I meant. And she works on things like teaching kids fun, new things about food safety and nutrition in ways that is kid-friendly. She does a great job with that. You know Gretchen Jacob. Gretchen's been doing our 4-H programming, which is educational programming to help kids build their leadership skills, their citizenship skills, and become all-around better human beings.
That's a good program.
It is a good program. You were a 4-Her? Mm-hmm. Were you either of you a 4-H member?
Girl Scout.
Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout and an FFA member, but I love 4-H. We've got some good, solid research that shows the impact that 4-H has, and I can look around this community and see, community leaders that have been 4-H members, and it's good stuff. But then all the youth programs are good in their own ways. We have a lot of different agricultural programs. Katie Kamler, you've had her on your show a couple times at least. Mm-hmm. Katie, we kind of crammed her together with agronomy and horticulture. Anything green growing, soils, bugs and weeds, all of that stuff is Katie. Yeah, she gets the bug in a jar. What is it and how do I kill it?
She loves pumpkins.
Yeah. Pumpkins are her specialty. Yes. Yeah, last year was our second year for our pumpkin patch as a fundraiser, and the pumpkins couldn't swim. So
they
were in the water for weeks. Yeah, every time, and it would dry out and it would flood again and everything. Well, but we still got about a third of what we planted, so we were pretty happy with that. But we're looking forward to doing that again this year, and it's a lot of fun. And then we sell the pumpkins at the World Heritage Day, along with some other things, gourds. We had some wonderful, huge coxcomb flowers donated this year. They were amazing. They were a big item at the World Heritage Day, whether for seed or just to dry for decoration. Katie's got a program coming up. Let's see. We've got a bonsai class coming up on March 27th. And that's going to be over at Middle Area College. That's going to be really fun. It's about the history of the bonsai and how to create a bonsai. And there's several of us in the office who are like, I think I want to go to this one. So they're doing she is a programming machine. That girl's young and she does a lot of stuff. I got the dates for the garden walk. It's going to be May 19th and 20th. The Master Gardeners, which is another one of our programs, do that. They tour private and public gardens. They have a plant sale. birdhouse contest, and of course the farmer's market will be there on Saturday, and that's always a great time.
And they sell plants also, don't they?
They do sell plants, yeah, they have a plant sale. We do programming around community and business development. I'm the community development person, and I do a lot of different things. My stuff tends to be more overarching instead of the individual classes, but I do work one-on-one, like if somebody's looking to do some fundraising, maybe they need help writing a grant proposal. I won't do it for you, but I will teach you how to write a good grant proposal so that you'll have that skill, because my job is to increase your ability, your capacity to do that. My ultimate goal is to work myself out of a job. That's always the goal. Good community development is then you've created the capacity and you're unemployed.
You're like, it's like teach a man to fish.
Absolutely.
And he'll be able to eat for the rest of his life. But give him a fish and it's gone, and
Yeah, I don't want to give you a fish.
no.
Well, plus I really like fish. And I'm
wanna
kind
share.
of selfish, but yeah, good stuff. We got some business classes coming up. One coming up real fast is, and these are a series of classes geared towards small businesses, really small businesses, somebody who's thinking of doing a business, like a home-based business, that doesn't have a big budget. And it's just, there's so many resources available, and we want to find some very practical ways to get stuff into people's hands so they can do what they want to do. Not everybody wants to take a huge, long class. We have those too, and they're very good, but sometimes you just need this bit of information. The class on March 1st will be on creating a marketing plan. Just the basics of what is it, why do I need it, and what are some accessible resources that I can use to create a marketing plan within my budget. So you're really targeting your marketing dollars instead of taking a shotgun approach and I think I'll sink it all into this ad or do something over here and over here, really figuring out what to do with your limited marketing dollars. And that's going to be in our CAPE office. But for these CAPE classes, if anybody's interested in transportation, most of these I'll be going down to, so if you can put up with me in the car for an hour, you can probably ride down with me. So anybody who's interested can just ask me about that. Got a class coming up then on Tuesday, March 6th on public relations and working with the media, learning how to write news releases, and working with local media outlets to get your stuff promoted for free. You know, we hope you'll buy ads, but there are ways to write things to get media outlets interested in your stuff. March 15th, we've got a class on online maps and your online presence. If you have a business, you have a presence online, whether you know it or not. It's out there. You can just type it in and there'll be all kinds of directories. Well, how do you manage that? If your description of your business isn't right, or if you're on a site that does ratings like Yelp, that a lot of people are going on to, how do you deal with the comments on that? So that's what that class is about. And the woman who does this will be giving her remote access. It's going to be very cool. And that's going to be a good one for people if they have a laptop computer to bring it, but we'll have some computers on site that people can actually get on and see what's going on with their online presence.
That leaves me out.
That's why you come and you bring it over to us and we help you and we'll show you how to handle that. March 29th, we have a class we're calling right now, we're working on the name for it, but it's if you don't have a website for your business, there are some free and low-cost ways to get a website, to build a website, or to get a teenager to build a website for you. It's really not that hard. And so we're going to look at some different options for doing that and show you some different ways that you can explore. And again, people can bring laptops, or we'll have some there so they can actually do a little playing around. Class on April 5th is called Pricing for Success. How do you decide what price to charge for your goods or services? And there are different strategies, 3 different strategies to deciding that and figuring out what's the best way, you know, to get your product out there and yet make a profit. It's really interesting. Sometimes I talk to people and I'll ask them, how do you decide how to price your product? And they're like, well, I don't know. I just kind of looked around. I thought this seemed fair. And I'm like, well, that's, you know, maybe you could be getting more. Maybe you could
That'd be an
do
interesting
something
class.
differently.
I'd like
It
to-
is
that
interesting stuff.
I
Richard
would like to do
Proffer, our
all
business
that.
development specialist, teaches most of these, and he's very interesting. And I don't know if you've met Richard, but he is a very gregarious, outgoing, fun guy, and he's a very interesting and entertaining teacher. And then the final class in this series is selling your products online. What's involved with getting e-commerce on your website? How do you use just the basics of getting your products onto Etsy or eBay and things like that, widening your market. So those are some of our business classes, and then a lot of other stuff.
Now, I want to
That's-
ask you something, Trish.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
don't have to be a farmer to use any of this.
No, you don't have to be a farmer to use any of our programs. You don't have to be. Our programming is geared towards everybody. We have our youth programs, things for businesses, things for nonprofit
But
organizations.
there's a lot of people that think 4-H and things like that are just for farm kids.
And
They're
it's not. It's not at all. You know, we value our farmers, obviously, in our agricultural traditions. But 4-H, for example, has programs in robotics, our shooting sports program, computers. We have city kids that are in 4-H. It's not all about agriculture. Agriculture is a very good thing. I like food.
I do too.
And it's a major economic driver in this county, but there is more than that. And even our farmers are doing more in the way of technology. You'd be surprised what they're using satellite and GPS and doing all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah, tractors even have GPS on
Mm-hmm,
them.
mm-hmm.
I found that out the
We
other day.
call that precision
What is that?
agriculture.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, we do
Okay.
have some farmers in the area that are using that and using GPS. It's for row cropping primarily.
I always said if my grandfather would be alive, he was a farmer, and I can close my eyes and still see him on a big John Deere tractor, just on the seat. No fancy roof over it, no piped-in music,
No air conditioning.
no air conditioning.
No
And
iPod?
No, nothing. And I thought, oh my Lord, what would Grandpa say if he would see that?
I think he'd say awesome.
Yeah.
Sign me up, especially for the
Think
air
I'll do
conditioning.
that, yeah.
But, oh, man, it's unbelievable. When you look, we were going down to Cape Girardeau probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I had never seen such a big piece of farm equipment that was on the road. It took two lanes. And I said to Roger, what in the world is that? And he named what it was, and I said, they're not usually that big. And he said, honey, they are now.
Well, and if you get out a little further west in Kansas, Nebraska, where they have extremely large tracts that they are farming, the equipment is unbelievable. They're like small planets.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, they're
they're
huge.
pretty, they're pretty incredible, but they're more efficient that way. But I do have a fun thing to tell you about.
Okay.
This is an exclusive.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, only for today, because I got to send a news release out tomorrow. But you know about the Mississippi River Hills Project, which is our, all about promoting the 6-county region and its culture, and we focus a lot on food systems and entrepreneurship and so on. But we have been invited to be to participate in the Smithsonian Folklife Festival, which will be 2 weeks on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. this summer.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the themes this year for the Folklife Festival is the 150th anniversary of land-grant universities. And there are 20 universities, including the University of Missouri, that are going to be represented there. And the University of Missouri is going to have an exhibit tent that features two projects: our our nutrition education program, and the Mississippi River Hills and the whole regional cuisines model. So we're very excited about that.
Gosh,
This is all coming together very fast. It's on either side of the 4th of July holiday, so we're working rapidly. Excuse me, I don't have any details yet. We're working on them. is what I can tell you. But we're
That's
very
great.
excited about that opportunity
Yes.
for this whole area.
So they'll be taking their wares, their products up to,
Not necessarily. We can't sell them on the mall. There will be a place to sell. We'll work that out. We want to do a very interactive exhibit. We're looking at ways to use video, and we talked about maybe like Skype. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a way of talking over the internet and, ask a farmer. So that somebody on the mall from Malaysia or wherever who's visiting could talk to somebody here in this region. We don't know. We're right now, we've decided all ideas are going on the table. We're not saying no to anything yet. So
That's an
interesting.
honor.
Yeah, it is.
it really is. We're very pleased to see the project recognized the way it has been. And, we've had great support for it, and it's going great. It's going great. I have the most fun job ever.
Well, I think you,
Yeah, you do.
I really do.
now
Yeah.
Tish, you helped Women's Club set up a visit out to the goat farm.
Yeah, we're going out to Beatty Farm.
Yeah.
That'll be really interesting.
That is,
Beatties are a
that's
great
neat.
example of they're incredibly hardworking and talented. But we were very happy, when they got started to help them out a little bit. And as a total aside, I just don't have enough things on my resume, so I'm in the process of taking a class to become a milk inspector. I'm a neighbor, and you can't to be a certified milk inspector, you can't be an employee or a relative. So they asked me if I'd do it, because I have been goat sitting. Yes, I have farmed. I have been a farmer for like a couple of days when they were out of town. I am. I'm a goat
learn quickly.
farmer.
Yeah.
Man, they were out of town. They weren't even milking then, so it was really just feeding them and being entertained by the goats.
And their cheese
But I
is
said,
so good.
sure, I'll be a milk inspector, just for the fun of it, and because they're great neighbors.
Oh, well, my husband loves that goat cheese.
Oh, I
Oh,
do
it is.
too.
It's so good.
Well, I've
Yes.
And there's
tried it.
so many
You
things
haven't?
you can
Oh,
do
it's
with
Oh,
it.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
There are
just
desserts.
to eat it.
Yeah,
Or just eat it.
the cranberry one at Christmas.
Well,
Yes, that's
they've
very good.
been to several different competitions now, but they went to the World Cheese Awards this year, not too long ago, in the United Kingdom. And actually, Veronica was a judge. But they took a super gold. They got it down to, and then I think they had like the top, I'm gonna get the number wrong, like the top 15 or the top 20 cheeses. And they had a cheese their Bloomsdale cheese. I love it. It's got this hokey name, Bloomsdale.
Bloomsdale.
Fancy French cheeses.
Calls now.
These
Anybody
fancy
wants to
cheeses from
call?
all over the world, and there's Bloomsdale. And I love that because
Did you hear that,
it's
all you Bloomsdale
oh.
people that are coming in town to watch?
I'm a Bloomsdale person, so I love it. I thought it was great to represent
Now,
us that
what
way.
does the Bloomsdale goat cheese taste like?
It is an aged cheese, and it's got a strong flavor, but I like it. I like the. I'm trying to think. They have another one that she calls a soft rind cheese that I am completely addicted to. So much so that she knows that when she has some ready, to email me. I'm like, yes, I'll take some. Give me a couple of them, because it's a very buttery cheese. So yeah, they're all very good. But we have so many wonderful local products. Yeah, I have a really tough job dealing with all this local food. I have to go to the wineries sometimes. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
It is.
really tough.
That's really hard on you.
And these historic sites, and
Yeah.
just I'm so put upon, isn't it?
So does anyone have any questions for Tish out in our audience? Just give us a call at 883-7675. And she would be more than glad to answer any of your questions. Is the phone working?
Yes, it is.
You know?
We were-
Well, they can come by the
A while
office
ago.
anytime. We're right behind the old brick, and we're there every day. And if you can't make our hours, just let us know, because we're often there in the evenings anyway. So we're happy to accommodate you if we need to.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much.
Always a pleasure,
Thank you.
ladies.
And we'll have you back again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, and we'll bring you some other people.
Okay.
Okay,
you know,
that'll be
okay.
great.
And that'll be fun. We'll bring Lynn in, and
Okay.
Ben,
Very good.
all the others.
Okay.
Okay, now, everyone in the audience should know more about the Extension Office, the University of Missouri.
Yes,
And the information, most of it is free. Classes sometimes cost. But you can go in and ask them a question anytime you want to.
And these business classes I mentioned are free. We've got a grant from the Small Business Administration that's paid for those.
Okay.
That's very good to know.
Those are
Very
interesting.
good.
I would like to do some of those.
okay, our next guest tonight is Lorraine Stang, and she's gonna tell us about the World Day of Prayer. And she's gonna teach us how to welcome people in Malaysia. Malaysian.
Oh, boy.
This,
What the
Okay.
Malay people would say.
okay.
Well, thank you for asking me to come and talk about World Day of Prayer. I think it's a great thing that we do in this community. It's always celebrated on the celebrated on the first Friday in March, and this year it'll be March 2nd. The country that will be honored is Malaysia, and the women from Malaysia has written the program that will be used. And it's just very gratifying to know that churches can join together and celebrate this important day. And it's not to be confused with National Day of Prayer. This is World Day of Prayer. And I think it's been probably going on since 1920 or 1927. And different churches host it. The Presbyterian Church, First Presbyterian Church, I guess would be a sponsor. We purchase the materials, and we do it at our church several times, but we like for other churches to do it. And the Baptist Church has done it, and this year, we talked about the Roman Catholic Church, Church of St. Genevieve, doing it, and I called Bridget when it got World Day of Prayer time, and I said, remember we talked about that? And she said, yes. I said, did you do anything about it? And she said, no. And I said, well, would you like to do something about it? And she said, well, yes. So she called back right away and said that, yes, Church of St. Genevieve will be the host church.
Oh, great.
I think it is too, but we really want to stress this. It will not be held at the church. It will be held at the KC Hall. And the reason for that is there was a thinking that people like, there's always a little light breakfast or brunch.
Right.
And they felt it would be maybe more successful if everything was held in the same
one
building,
place,
because the
right.
cafeteria would be occupied, and there's plenty of parking there, and
Right.
so,
Well, that's a great idea.
yeah, I
Good
think it
place
is going to
have
be a
it.
great idea. One of the things that, the service is like very similar to regular church service. I mean, there's scriptures, there's prayers, there's
Singing.
readings, there's singing and singing and singing,
singing.
wonderful singing. Several years ago, maybe this is going to be the third year, Patty Nager brings the children from Zell Church and from Ozora, and they sing. And of course,
Yeah.
Mary Ann, you've been there before, and
yes.
our little church just is bursting at the seams, because it's really well attended, and
Oh,
we're glad.
yes.
And the little kids just sit down there on the
The
floor.
kids are wonderful. You would not believe these kids.
Oh,
Patty
they're
does
great.
an amazing
She
job.
does with
Yes.
everything.
She really does.
She is so
Yeah,
talented.
they are very, very
Yes.
good. And, sometimes you'll hear women say, oh, I hope I don't forget to do this. I know. I hope I don't forget this. Well, I always say what we said in school, don't worry about it. The kids are performing.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll
That's
carry
right.
the adults, and they do. It's really nice. And the clergy from different churches participate as well. And just because this is done by the women from Malaysia does not mean it's just a service for women. It's for men also. And we do have a few men that come.
Yes,
and,
there is a few.
But it's just, you'll just feel so renewed, I think. You feel
And upbeat.
really,
You
yes,
feel very
yes.
upbeat as
And,
you
it's spring, and, that great season Eastertide is just around the corner. It's just a wonderful
Yes.
way to spend time and to visit with people from other churches. Now, one of the things the Malaysian people do, they let justice prevail is the theme this year.
Oh,
And you know, you want to show that poster, Marianne, or that
well,
card?
let's
Yes,
see
let's do both.
if Don can zoom in on it or wherever.
We have
it's
these
at.
about town.
Okay.
We'll do both of them. You can hold
Okay.
because they're both pretty cool. There you go.
They're beautiful.
They are, they're really
The
neat.
colors are so pretty.
Yeah,
He's
they are.
zooming in now.
He's good.
Oh,
That
God.
Don is good.
We have the best.
We have the best guy downstairs working.
Right
He is
on.
good.
Does he have the only guy?
The only and the bestest. And there's a bulletin board, you know, outside the church. Church of St. Genevieve has a big notice
Oh,
about
yes.
that. And we'll have articles in the paper about it, and we just hope people make an effort to
I
come.
seen it in the paper,
Yes, it's
in the
in
things
Yes.
coming up.
Community.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
bulletin
yeah,
board.
Yes,
and
yes.
there'll be some things
community
on
calendar.
Channel 7.
Oh,
But we're going to do, now, we want, the Malaysian people will welcome us in, of course, their language. So, you have to say, we're going to say what the Malaysian people had said, because we're going to say it to the congregation and those gathered. So we fold our hands, and we bow our head just a little, and repeat after me, and then we'll do it another time. Selamat
Selamat
Dartung.
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 Tongue.
Tongue.
Don't-
Okay, let's do it again. Selamat
Dartung.
Dartung. Very good. Thread
And
the
what
end.
does that mean?
That means peace and welcome. Peace and welcome.
Very good.
And you know, I think this is going to be great. It really is. I don't know if you know where Malaysia is. It's in Southeast Asia. It's made up of 50%, 55% are the Malays, but there's also Chinese people there, which is about 30%, and then other different groups, you know, minor groups.
Nationalities, yeah.
And we're going to have refreshments, of course, a light breakfast. And one of the churches furnishes the fresh fruit, and the other church does dessert breads. And so I think the Church of St. Genevieve does the dessert breads. But
Yeah,
we also
that's why she asked me to bring some bread.
we also have some recipes that we'll give out, and we'll be serving, and it's some of the Malaysian treats. One is, you know, we love zucchini balls, but the Malaysians have sweet potato balls. And they also have pineapple tarts, which we're going to have.
Oh.
So it's really going to be a fun time. There is a collection, and the money that's taken up goes for programs for women and children, because we're talking about places in the world where women and children are in great need
Yes.
of many, many things, you know.
They're
And-
ignored a lot.
Pardon me?
They're ignored a lot.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Malaysia's population is 28 million, and they are 53%. And the others are from various groups in that area.
So the stipends collected goes to Malaysia.
Yes, yes. And it is collected, it'll be collected that day, and I think the check is made out to World Day of Prayer, and they'll be told that day, and it goes to Malaysia, yeah. And it's just a really a good thing, and it's so enriching to see these kids perform and the things they do. Cindy Feig from the Presbyterian Church will play, and Patty Nager will play. Okay, so I think
sounds like
I think it's
Malaysia
going to
to
be a
me.
great time, and the ministers, you know, usually come. I think minister from Remnant Church will be there, and
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, that
Father Knight,
he
Monsignor
can
Knight.
sing
Who?
Dean.
from the Reverend, what's?
Dean Bader.
Dean
Dean
Bader.
Bader.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And they've
Lord.
participated
His
several
relative.
times.
Boy, couldn't they sing.
Yeah.
Him and I can't think of her name.
We have a lot of good musicians.
Dina, isn't it?
Dina.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dina.
yeah.
Dina.
Oh, we have so many talented people in St. Genevieve.
We do, we
We
do.
really do.
And the younger generation too, who's
Yeah.
so talented.
You know, and it isn't just limited to St. Genevieve, because we've gone out to the county
yeah,
churches,
and
you
the
know, that are
county
going to
ones too,
participate.
yeah.
Yes.
And it'll be really good to have this at the Knights of Columbus Hall, because, you know, it will be plenty of parking.
And it's
there-
handicap
Yes,
accessible.
Right.
and
That's another good
there's,
thing.
it's a wonderful facility, and Bridget has figured out what's going to be, and, you know, I think it's going to be a really good,
Yeah,
a
I do
good thing.
too.
I don't-
We have so many things that we can do in St. Gen. Anybody that ever says
Yeah.
they're bored, I'd like to know what
What
they're
they do,
doing.
yeah.
Me
Pay
too.
attention.
Because they're not, you can't be bored.
No, you cannot.
Nope.
And you know, one thing about St. Genevieve, they take a great deal of pride in their churches, you know.
Oh, yes.
And this is good, because we know who we are, we know who we love, and why we're here, you know, and God has been good to us. Remember the flood of '93, you
Oh,
know?
my
yeah.
gosh.
I mean, that's who,
Just made you stronger.
yeah, you know,
Well, you know,
He
living
was
in the
tapping
Midwest
at your
is not
door.
for the faint of heart. Not just
well, you know,
anybody
Mark
can live
Twain said that you can never harness the Mississippi River, but the Lord can, and he did.
And he did.
So,
Yeah, I was lapping right at your doors.
yeah, and right at ours, for sure.
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
right at your door, yeah.
Over and over again. So I hope you plan to come, and
I am.
it'll be
What's
nice.
the date on that again, Lorraine?
It is March
the 1st.
2nd,
Oh,
and
second?
it will be at the Knights of Columbus Hall, and it will all be in one room, but there'll be areas.
And
What
it
time does it
starts
start?
at
9,
9 o'clock.
9, okay.
I think that's right.
And that's everybody, anybody is welcome, no
Oh,
matter what church you go
absolutely,
to,
yes.
whether you, if you don't even go to
If you
church.
don't even
That's right.
believe,
Just
you
come.
come
That's
to
right.
it.
Yes.
It's a wonderful, wonderful service. And Cindy will have her keyboard, Patty will have the guitars, and it'll just be really nice. And wear your best Malaysian frock.
Okay, now what will be the Malaysian flock?
I could show you a couple
Yes,
of pictures.
please do. This
But-
might be
But
interesting.
they're not colored, you know?
They're not colored.
No, not here,
Well, you
but
know,
they are.
I believe the equator crosses through.
But, you know, pardon me?
I believe the equator crosses through.
Yeah.
Right,
on here.
Well,
right,
that's a
print.
But you know
sundress.
what? All you have to
That's
do.
a sundress.
Well, yes, because it's warm,
Yeah.
and it is here too.
In March?
But listen, all
Okay.
you have to do is wear bright colored
Colored,
clothing. You know, if you've
Okay.
got something long,
And wall
that's
prints.
great. If it's
Wall
something-
print.
Pardon me?
Long.
Celebratory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, according to that, you could wear a bright blouse and bright skirt.
And here's some of them, but they're not really in their costumes like, you know.
They're
But you
dressed
can-
like
it's
Westerns.
bright.
Yeah.
That's what you want, you know.
And it looks like a
And,
lot of jewelry.
Yes.
I see all that.
All kinds of hairdos, you know.
Well, I ain't got much hair.
I have neither.
I don't have any.
Marianne, we can wear a turban.
Oh, yeah, we good. Oh, yeah. Hey, I can fix us a hat like I used to fix for 4-H.
Oh, yeah.
I could fix us a hat.
So
Oh,
you could go with something in a blue, or, you know, you can do colored.
Well, I got some bright skirts I've put away for
Oh,
years.
yeah. I've got all kinds of hats.
And what a great way
All
to
kinds.
kick off the spring as well.
Yeah, it is. It's
Although winter
just,
never really arrived, but
it's very, very energizing and invigorating and.
okay, so you people have all kinds of things to do now for the month of, rest of the month of February. Come March, February to end off is gonna be, the health fair out at the hospital Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes.
Wear red and come on out. They're hoping to have 500 people come through
weather's gonna be great.
And there's a
Yes.
lot of things
to
going
do
on
out
to
there,
do.
yes.
And testing for cholesterol,
Yeah.
$15, can't beat that.
And they're gonna
Another
have a
test
breakfast
free.
out there, so you
Got
can
some good
get up,
speakers.
Heart healthy
comb your
breakfast.
hair, come out and eat breakfast and go through all the things.
Right, and the community center, the speakers will be
Yeah.
there.
I wanted to mention as well, I forgot to mention earlier, candidate forum.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Wednesday, March 14th, 6:30 PM at the Elks, as usual. And, check the Herald or the Sun-Times News website for more information. Excuse me, candidates have not got their letters yet, but they'll be getting them in the next few days.
Very good.
So we will not be live that night because we're giving
That's
up our
right. We
airtime.
appreciate that.
We're giving up our airtime for you to make up your mind who you want to put into public office
Right.
and vote.
And we're going to divide up the candidates like we did before with, I think the St. Mary candidates, I think will go first. Then we've got special roads, we've got R2 school board, and then the St. Genevieve candidates. So it'll be good.
Aren't they having some elections out of
And
Bloomsdale?
Iris is going to join us this year. Toby and I have asked Iris to join us.
And Mary Ann?
As, you going to join us as well?
Yes,
Okay, as a representative from this esteemed body, the What's New program, to sit on the panel
No.
with us.
We'll be there.
We didn't ask Mary Ann only because she was so recently a city employee.
Oh, I see.
But she would
Okay.
be an outstanding panelist.
She would.
We'll get a little more space between her and her city service. They're all scared of her.
Don't say they're scared of me.
No, they're not scared of you. They adore you. How about that?
Oh,
Okay. And on March 28th, we're going to try something new. We're going to have a demonstration. Bonnie Samuelson has agreed to come and show us how to do art quilts, and you'll be able to watch her put the quilt together. I think she's got like 3 or 4 of them. Some of them are started, some of them are in the process, and I think it'll be a very interesting show. She's very excited about it, and we're excited to have her.
yes.
And we
That'd be
would
good.
like to have people to come up because we do have chairs available. If you'd like to come and watch it in person, you can do so.
That's a great idea for that one.
And we have a TV where you can sit with your chair back to us and watch it on TV.
And sometimes Don even puts people upside down.
Yeah. He just does that to
Or a
mess with
cartoon
you.
in front of it.
Yeah. Oh,
So, anyway, if anybody out there has a craft or a business or anything that they'd like to have,
or if you
Put
got
on-
something coming up at the school or anything, just let us know. We'd be glad to have you. All you have to do is come here and sit, and we let you do the talking.
Some of us have no problem with it.
and we're interested
Talking.
in every kind of thing that's beneficial to St. Genevieve,
And
no
St.
matter
Genevieve
what it is, to the kids. Kids can have programs if they want. We'll be happy to have them entertained. So, anybody out there who wants to be on live TV, just give us a buzz.
It's really not
Well,
bad.
and now that I'm going to spill the beans here, but now that you guys are that St. Genevieve Community Access Television is going to be doing more videos. You saw the thing in the paper about the bandwidth, and it's going to
Yes.
allow more videos to be posted, and they're redesigning their website. It's going to be more accessible than ever. You guys are going to be
Yes.
famous.
You think we'll
We
be
can
the
go
next
worldwide.
We'll
You're the
be
new
next
Oprah.
We're
Oprah.
the What's
That's
New,
right.
What's New crew.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, it's
That's
just
exciting.
a neat show because we're finding out things about our community that we never knew that was
Right.
here.
And last month, Dina, she gave what the chamber's doing, and they have a fabulous
yeah.
list
Yes.
of
They do.
activities.
Things, yes.
They really
Oh,
do.
I'm sorry, I missed
So
that.
everybody stopped by the chamber building, and I think, and a few businesses around town, they've got the schedules, and
Yeah, have you seen the new
very
office?
interesting. Yes, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
beautiful.
gorgeous, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Dina's a busy woman. They've got a lot going on over there. But she has really great volunteers through the chamber
Yes.
members.
And you know what? That's a lot with everything. If you've
That's
got
true.
volunteers and you got people that'll help you, you can accomplish it
A
so
lot,
much
right.
Oh, yes,
more.
you can.
Yes.
Many hands make a
Yes.
workload light.
Well, I think, and I think that's a definitive value for St. Genevieve, because I know when we've done our programming, like we brought in Food Power Adventure. Remember when we used to do Body Walk in the schools?
Yeah.
And the people that organized that always were amazed that we never had problems getting any volunteers here.
Yeah.
And I think there's just that value, and maybe it goes back to that being rooted in church, whatever your church is, for so many people.
Yeah.
Right.
But, it's that spirit of community and that commitment to this place and to each other.
Yep.
That's so
I
important.
think so too.
And I
They
think,
let outsiders like me stick around for 16 years.
Well, I'm an
Yeah.
outsider.
and
I'm an outsider.
and
I've been here
I was
since
an
60.
outsider when I was
Okay.
9, but I guess I'm an
Well, there you
insider
go.
now.
I've been here since
Yeah.
60.
I remember when, before I was even married, there was classes that the University of Missouri had, sewing classes. And I have a wonderful how to make pants that Jerry Smith taught. And they
Yeah,
fit
she's
perfect.
amazing.
I mean, you can take a pattern that's close to your size and follow those directions and you have a fit.
Well, you know,
yeah.
So that
Gretchen
was a
doesn't-
very good program. There were several of us
Gretchen
did that.
doesn't let me judge the 4-H stuff at the fair anymore because they all do such better work than I ever could. And so I think everybody wins. But the sewing projects, it's amazing the quality of the work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's high quality. It's a lot better than the stuff I can afford to buy in a store.
Oh, yes, because your
It's-
seams, most of your seams, if you're gonna make it yourself, are gonna be double seamed.
Right.
Not where they come apart if
No.
you pull a
Because I've got
string.
disgusted with shopping, so I'm going back to doing my sewing like I had done ever since I was 12 years old, so I'm going
Yeah.
back to it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make my own clothes again.
Well, get
Yeah.
what you like and you
Yep.
save money in the process.
Right.
I do. I have tons of material to use up.
So now you can make quilts if you don't make clothes.
There you go.
Well, I have got some quilts
And you
started.
can take that material and just wrap it around.
Wrap it around.
Yeah, there you go.
You go to World Day of Prayer.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll
And
make
then
me
just
a-
keep
I'll make me
going
one
and
for that.
you'll leave your little face out and make a turban.
That'll work.
Uh-huh,
Well, I made a clown suit.
yep.
When kids were,
Yep.
were Halloweening, I used to make a clown suit and go with them.
Oh,
I used to take my mother's, this is back in the 60s, take my mother's bright colored clothing. I'd go like as a gypsy for Halloween or something. She wasn't amused.
And I made an
Well,
Indian
we would do,
outfit,
look, I'm
remember?
brown or something. And, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, she wasn't amused.
So don't forget to go to the hospital for
Saturday.
the health fair and the 2nd of March for the World Day of Prayer at the KC Hall. And then check out down at the extension office for all the neat
All kinds of stuff.
classes that they're coming up
Yes.
with. And we will see you all on,
I have one more thing.
oh, okay.
Friday night is the art walk, the fourth
Ah,
Friday
yes.
art walk. And we have the St. John and Valley High School displaying upstairs over at the Hayloft Gallery, and also teacher display. So that, and some of those kids are wonderful. Oh
Now,
my
where's the
gosh.
They
Hayloft?
really are.
Over the
Big Field Cafe.
Big Field Cafe.
Oh, okay.
Right there on the corner.
The only
Maybe-
thing is you gotta go up all those steps,
Yeah,
but that's
maybe you
A-okay.
should tell people where it is, because
Okay.
I knew it as Big Field Cafe.
Okay. The Big Field Cafe, and upstairs, you can go through the cafe, and they'll direct you up the steps. And it's a very nice gallery up there. It's beautiful. You can use it for, rent it for parties
Yeah.
and showers and
and it's
whatever.
not really-
Really eat at the big field.
Right, you can stop her, yeah, that's right.
It's
She has
really not
delicious
bad
sandwiches.
to go up those
No,
steps.
huh.
It really
No,
isn't.
it's not.
And
They're
the-
not at a steep angle,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
at a gentle
Yeah.
angle, really.
And the fourth Friday lasts from 6 to 9, and it's several galleries in town, so you can come in and spend the night, eat your dinner, and spend the night walking around to the
Having a
galleries.
good time.
Could
You
I
can
add
do that
one
on
thing?
Friday night?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
you can.
Each year, World Day of Prayer changes, it's a different country. And next year, it's going to be the women of France. And I think that will be
Oh,
wonderful for
that
us.
will.
That should be interesting.
I think it will be
Yeah.
too, yeah.
That's just perfect for us, isn't it?
Yeah, you wear your cans and whatever. Your berets, you
Whoa,
know.
whoa.
I only wear my cans on TV, but
Your
I don't know why you would wear cans around you.
Can.
Oh,
So they rattle.
yeah. Rock and roll.
Who will we
Oh.
have next time?
The next time, it's going to be March 14th, and it's going to be the Candidates Forum out at
Oh,
the
that's
Elks
right,
Pub.
that's right.
And then on March 28th, we have Bonnie Samuelson with her quilt,
That'll be good.
art quilts and things. Yes, it will be.
So,
And anybody, like Mary Ann said, anybody that wants to come live, you come around to the back of the City Hall, and where it says Police Department, you come through that door, walk
Go
down
straight
the
through.
hall, and you come straight into the room, and that's where we're at.
And we'd like to have some people.
and we're also thinking about having a, what
Outdoor.
would you call it, outdoor show when it gets warmer. So we'll let you know when all that takes place.
Kind of taking the program on the road.
Yeah.
Yes,
we'll take
we're
it
gonna
on
be
the
road crew.
On the, we'll go to the streets.
Call us straight.
Around here, it's to the lane. You're gonna take it to the lane.
Okay.
Oh, to the lane.
What's new on the lane then?
Oh,
We'll have to
okay.
get our little parasols.
Yeah,
So everybody have a wonderful week, 2 weeks,
and thank
Be a
you for
while.
tuning in tonight.
and thank you guys
Thank you.
for coming.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Brad.
We
Both
appreciate
ladies.
it.
Enjoy it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
See you next time.
We're still there.